It would probably be the years where I won the title. I won, I think, three years in a row in London, and those 3 years were really special for me and very, very unique. I mean, in terms of the way I was able to finish the season and winning against the biggest rivals I had in the finals, like Federer and Nadal. But probably the one that stands out the most is the one in Shanghai in 2008. It was my first, obviously, World Tour final, Masters finale title, and playing against Davydenko in the finals. I remember that match very well, and that was a kind of a confirmation to myself that I deserved to be at that level, because earlier that year I won a Grand Slam and I was in top 3 of the world. But after I won the World Tour finals, it felt like, okay, now I have actually, in a way, cemented my place here at the top of the men's game, and that gave me huge motivation and kind of it was served as a springboard for what was coming up later on in my career.
I would go with a match of Murray against Raonic. If I'm not mistaken, it was semi-finals. Why do I remember it? Because I was in ATP University in London during the finals, and we actually got to see the final itself of Murray and Djokovic. So if I'm not mistaken, he played Milos in the semis the day before, and I watched this on TV, and I felt like Milos was in great shape. You know, it's indoor hard courts, it's pretty fast, and I was looking at watching it. And at one point of the match, I was like, there's no way he's going to win it. Like, Milos is just too good, serving too good, so how are you going to return it? And he managed to win it. So again, it's not like something extraordinary that got into my head, but I remember that this was a pretty good match. And finally, he managed to win the next one and become the #1 in the world for the first time. So I guess for him, it was a very big tournament, so I remember this match, yeah.
The Prime Minister showed up in one of my games, and we had a little chat and took a photo together, so that was a very pleasant surprise.
The Prime Minister of the UK?
Of Greece.
Of Greece. I needed to check. Okay. And that happened at the finals?
That happened in the finals.
Yeah, the sliding backhand match point pass. I mean, I don't know how I hit that, so I do remember that quite well.
And Alexander Zverev
2 sets to love, 6-4, 6-3.
grabs the biggest title of his young career.
I mean, the only one memory that comes clear to my mind, it was in London, 2016. I was for ATP University, and they bring us to the final to watch it live. And the feeling was like, wow, I wish and I hope one day I'm gonna play here. Well, that was the feeling.
It's definitely different. 2 years ago, I qualified the last tournament possible, and I got there, and it was more like, I wouldn't say a party just to be there, but it was like, wow, I made it. And this year is different. I'm here to win. I'm here to win as many matches as possible. And like we said in Italy, I'm gonna have the crowd on my side, so definitely different. Also, I'm a different player. And I feel I'm better. My level is higher, and I'm ready to face these guys.
I have 2 fun memories, I would say, and one of them is actually the first year it was held in London. My grandmother took me to London to watch the event, so I was, just a young boy. I was 10 or 11 years old, and we were watching the O2. It was I just remember Söderling was playing, Del Potro I think was playing, if I'm not mistaken, of course, Roger and Rafa, and I think the biggest or the most memorable moment I can remember now watching on TV, I think, is unfortunately for my good Spanish friend Nadal at the academy. It was a match where Roger pretty much destroyed him in 2 straight sets. He was playing so well. I've never seen anyone play so well before taking the ball early, and I think he beat Nadal like 2-0 or 3-0 or something like this. And I think the year was 2000 and maybe 12, if I'm not wrong. So it's quite some years ago, and I don't think Rafa has great memories of it, but I remember watching this match on TV and thinking, wow, how can anyone, beat Nadal in this way?
Do you have a particular memory of any match in the past from this tournament? If you do, it'd be great if you could tell us about it now. If you don't, it's no problem.
No.
No.